I'm so glad to be with you again. You know, we have the story in Luke chapter 2 about Jesus being born to Mary, and now the days had passed that they were to bring him up to the temple in order for him to be dedicated to the Lord. And in the temple, there's this elderly man, and his name is Simeon. And Simeon speaks a word over Mary and just reveals to her that there's going to be a cost to obedience. And here it says in Luke chapter 2, verse 34, that Simeon blessed them and said to Mary, his mother, "Behold, this child is appointed for the fall and rise of many in Israel, and for a sign to be opposed, and a sword will pierce even your own soul, to the end that thoughts from many hearts may be revealed." Jesus is letting Mary know that Jesus, the child being dedicated, is going to be a sign that people are going to oppose. He's going to have a great ministry, but many will resist him. He's letting her know that the path that your child is going to walk is going to be a very difficult path. Jesus actually taught us out of that when he told us that all who live godly will suffer persecution. Jesus, here we are told, would actually cause the rise and fall of many. When the poor are lifted up, but the mighty are brought low, causes a whole shift in the power structures. A lot of people get really angry. And it's verbalized to Mary that the troubles of her child would end up piercing her soul. There was this beautiful receiving of a gift of life. Mary received a gift that some have not received. That even at a very young age, she was able to carry a child. But even beyond that, the child within her was conceived of the Holy Spirit. She carried the Son of God. What a privilege and honor. Many women might say, "Oh, I wish that I could have been Mary." But we have to realize Mary's willingness to serve God pierced her soul. We might look at other people in ministry or other people that found favor, but we must understand that just because things look good doesn't mean that there's not some pain involved in what's happening in that individual's life in order for them to be able to serve the Lord. If you are serving the Lord, there's no promise that there won't be seasons of opposition and where that moment will pierce your soul. If you dedicate your child to the Lord, you give them to God, and God calls them to serve in some other place, you might see them opposed and actually hurt by the calling. But you understand, you've given them to God. God is watching over them. God is watching over every sacrifice that we make. It might pierce our soul, but it will result in a blessing coming to many. So let's give it all to God. Let's just bear the consequences, and let's trust for the fulfillment of the promises in our life.